So, I guess this is it.
I believe so, my host.
A tailor shop, huh? You think they've got anything in my size?
A lost soul in need of saving, and you want to rob its place of business.
Look at this dress I'm wearing. It's ruined. I figure I'm owed.
Duty first, my host. Petty theft after.
I'll see. Does she have to stare like that? Drives me batty. Hey, Madeline?
Yes, my host.
Could you stop calling me that?
Stop calling you what, my host?
That. I'm no host.
I am sorry, my host. That is what you are.
It's raining buckets.
Indeed. Most fortuitous.
Fortuitous.
It enables us to do our duty unperceived, and we can converse without any awkwardness.
Great. Wouldn't want this to be awkward. Just think, I could have been dancing at the supper club tonight.
If those contortions could be referred to as dancing, then you are correct.
I'm not gonna apologize, you know.
For what? Trying to transfer our link to that Joe Gould fellow?
Like I said, I ain't gonna apologize. I didn't ask for this.
Neither did I, my host. Neither did I.
You're not mad?
After centuries of this existence, I have learned to put my personal feelings aside.
Yeah, well, I ain't got centuries. Well, see ya.
Certainly, my host.
I really wanna, but Maddie'll give me an earful if I leave now. I really wanna, but Maddie'll give me an earful if I leave now. A tailor shop. Looks like it's been shut down for a while. Nah, can't reach it. It's covered with gunk. I can't see through it. Ain't gonna budge. It's boarded up. No getting through there. What do you know? Locked. It's covered with gunk. I can't see through it. Look at that. This place is falling apart. Look at that. This place is falling apart.
My host, Jocelyn Contis. I have been her guide for 2 months. My host?
Yeah?
I know this transition has not been easy.
Yeah, well, I always thought my uncle was cuckoo. At least now I know why. We made fun of him, you know?
I am aware. It pained him greatly.
Yeah, I guess now everyone's gonna make fun of me, so I got that to look forward to.
Are you ready to take this seriously, my host?
You don't think I'm serious?
I think your head is in the clouds.
Shows what you know. I think you've been dead too long.
Dead too long? Whatever do you mean?
I just want to live, you know? Is that so wrong?
You appear living to me.
I'm living for the dead. It's different.
How so?
It just is.
I believe we should return to our duty, my host.
Yeah, sure.
We cannot leave yet. We have a duty to fulfill. It appears to be some sort of haberdashery. Not likely. The window is boarded up and covered with dust. It is impossible to see through it. The front entrance, blocked by wooden planks. If I am going to enter, I will use the door. It is just common courtesy. If you could just wait here, my host.
Uh-huh. It's not like I got anything else to do.
Hello? Is anyone about? I am a friend.
Nobody's there? Can we go? Zeus is playing tonight. If we hurry, we can catch him.
Patience, my host. I sense a lost spirit here. We cannot leave our duty unfinished. If you could just wait here, my host.
Uh-huh. It's not like I got anything else to do.
It appears to be a coat of some kind. I cannot wear it. It has been a long time since I have seen my reflection. I cannot touch the mirror. So garish. I cannot touch it. Some clothing items. I cannot wear them. I believe these were caused by a pistol. I cannot touch them. The notice reads, "Please ring bell for service." It is a simple bell. A door leading to a back area. The room contains a few machines and piles of cloth. There is nothing else worth reporting. I am incorporeal and unable to ring the bell. I cannot open the window. My host?
Yeah?
I believe we should return to our duty, my host.
Yeah, sure.
My host? My host.
Sorry, you say something?
Certainly nothing that matters any longer.
No one saw me. No one can prove anything. I have no idea how that got there, and nobody can prove otherwise. You crazy? I ain't picking up broken glass, even if I did put it there. It worked, didn't it? Better not. If anybody comes in here, I don't want that thing in my hands. A jacket from 2 seasons ago. I guess this place has been closed for a while. It's not even my size. Ugh, stupid rain. I look horrible. I ain't lugging that home. Huh, some kind of band. Danny and Linda Marconi? Never heard of them. Why would I want that? I've never even heard of those guys. They're all from last season. No point. There's nothing my size. Jeez, what happened here? I ain't putting my fingers in those. There might be blood in there. Jeez, what happened here? Looks like it leads to a back room. Nothing interesting back there. Just a bunch of sewing machines and fabric. It says to ring the bell if I need help. It's just a bell. What do I need that thing for?
Danny? Danny, someone's out front! Danny, where the hell are you? Sorry for the wait, ladies. My assistant seems to be out. What can I do for you? How long are you gonna stare at that thing? It's getting dark.
Just one more. It has to be here.
What are you doing anyway?
A man was murdered last night in the middle of a major blizzard.
Believe me, I remember.
Right. So how come nobody else has?
Eh?
I've been checking on every local news website all day. There's not a single mention of it. I called the police myself. We know they know about it. They must have suppressed the news, but why?
I'm sure the cops got their reasons, and they can keep them. I don't care who plugged the guy. I only care about what happened after.
I know. So, the victim didn't have any identification on him. I was hoping a news report would give us his name, but it looks like we're on our own.
Well, something familiar at least. Let's go talk to our pet cop. Maybe he knows something.
Still Joey, still following me around. Got a sec?
What is it this time?
I've never seen a ghost so scared.
Don't remind me. Jeez.
Grace. Who is Grace?
Whoever she is, she's our only lead.
You ready to go?
I don't exactly need to pack now, do I? I know it's cold outside, but I wish she'd get a move on. Let's have a little talk.
Yeah.
Jesus. The look on that guy's face. I can understand wanting to kill a guy, but that? Anyway, let's get a move on. Who's Grace, anyway? Another spook?
Whoever she is, we have to find her.
You think you can get that Durkin guy to spill?
He hasn't exactly been forthcoming lately, but I'll do my best. My old computer. I don't use it much since I got my phone. It takes about an hour to boot up these days. There's nothing in there. I go through much less paper since I gave up writing. I miss it sometimes, but I just can't seem to find the time anymore. Trust me, there's nothing in my trash worth taking. It's a charging dock for my phone. I don't need to do anything with it. My phone's fully charged. Some articles I wrote for the Village Eye newspaper. I hated working there and the paper's been dead for years, but for some reason I can't take them down. I'd prefer to keep them. I bought that clock at a tag sale years ago. It doesn't work, but for some reason I can't get rid of it. I know it's broken, but I've had it for years. It stays. I stopped updating this calendar around the time Joey came into my life. There's probably a connection there. I've pretty much stopped updating that calendar, especially since I can download 100 calendar apps on my phone. My bedroom's an oversized closet, but it's mine. I can't go to bed yet. I have a full day ahead of me. Or rather, a full night, but still. Auntie Lauren gave that bear to me when I was a kid. His name is Griff, the PI bear, although he's more the geriatric bear these days. Sometimes I think about taking Griff down, but he's so old these days, I'll just leave him. The last article I ever wrote, and the first ghost I ever saved. My parents' wedding. It's the only picture I have of them. They look so young. Auntie Lauren and me. This was just before all the troubles began. It's the intercom to the lobby. If anyone buzzes up, I can talk to them from here. Why? There's nobody on the other end. Books on boat maintenance and navigation. I'm not making that mistake again. I've already read them, and I've got the digital copies anyway. Books on notable New Yorkers, all deceased. Never hurts to be prepared. I've already read them, and I've got the digital copies anyway. This article is about the Meltzer Foundation. I suppose they did some good in the end, but the death toll was too high. Grandmother Patricia, my dad, and Auntie Lauren. I never met my grandmother. I don't think she was ever prepared for, well, this. It's a picture of me and a former coworker of mine. Jeremy was a friend, kind of. I never did get to know him well. Not when he was alive, anyway. It's a poster for the film Water Under the Bridge. It starred Frank Lyons. There's no point in taking the poster around with me. For months I expected the police to come breaking down my door, but it's been a year and nothing. This man's name is Danny Marconi. I only met him briefly, as a very old man. I've had it for years and it's only slightly coffee stained. It's an empty coffee mug. Why would I want to pick it up? It's a portrait of Joe Gould. It used to hang in the Minetta Tavern. That painting is almost 60 years old and was never taken care of much to begin with. I shouldn't move it. That dog leash used to belong to my neighbor Nishanti. She gave it to me as a souvenir of how we met. It's frayed and chewed through. It's not good for much of anything. The seagull statue used to belong to Lisa Tenzin. I'll just leave that where it is. These were Auntie Lauren's favorite brand. I don't remember much from back then, but the smell reminds me of her. I don't actually smoke. It's a Gold Tech mug. I have plenty of mugs in the kitchen if I really need one. My old notepad. I went through dozens of these before I upgraded to this phone. The notepad's full, and even if it wasn't, I use my phone to take notes now. These art tools belong to Claude Erdin. Everyone thinks he killed himself, but at least I know otherwise. I'm no artist. I'll just leave it where it is. I snuck this bottle out of a hospital room for a college kid named Susan Lee. Those pills expired 5 years ago. I'll just leave them. The ghost we saw last night said that Grace wasn't safe, and then he went. There's no answer.
Probably the oldest thing in this room, except for me.
It's the door to the closet, or as Red calls it, her bedroom.
Nah, I'll let her keep her privacy. It's full of trash.
Red's computer thing, I still have no idea how it works.
Red sticks that hunk of plastic here before going to bed. Keeps it juiced up, she says. Nothing on there but a couple articles she wrote for some newspaper rag. That clock is right twice a day, but not much else. This calendar is dated 5 years ago.
Poor kids. At least they're all at peace now.
Jack and Maria Blackwell. How long ago was this anyway? 30 years at least. Lauren Blackwell, in happier times. Well, happier for them at any rate. I was mostly ignored. Some kind of door intercom. Just a bunch of books. Just books.
Always felt kind of bad for Paul Meltzer. Must have killed him to know what his foundation was really costing people.
Patricia Blackwell. She didn't like me much. The feeling was mutual. It's a poster for a picture called Water Under the Bridge. Jeremy Sams. He helped us take down a bad guy last year. Shame he had to die to do it.
An article about the death of Gavin and Lisa. Good riddance to both of them.
Danny and Linda. I still can't believe this picture survived all this time. Just a coffee mug, stained brown from endless cups of swill. This guy was Joe Gould. I never met the guy, but from what Red tells me, he sounds like a real jerk. A dog leash. She hangs the craziest stuff on this wall. This thing was on Lisa Tenzin's shelf. She was a fake psychic uptown. Lauren Blackwell used to smoke this brand. The way she went through them, I'm surprised there are any left to buy. It's a Gold-Tech mug. Just a notepad. Red was always scribbling away in it. Now she just pokes at that hunk of plastic. Those used to belong to an artist named Claude. Bit of a kook, but he didn't deserve what happened to him. Some kind of pills. Not sure what they do, but the dog next door has never been the same since munching on one.
It's the way out of here.
I don't want to think about going outside, but I guess I have to. Thank God the coffee stands are still open. I think I'm really going to need them.
It's your dime, sweetheart.
Oh, it's you. Had a feeling you'd swing by.
Thank God for 24-hour coffee stands. I should have enough hot fuel to last me the rest of the night. The station looks empty. There's just one officer manning the desk. It's just a police car. There's nobody inside. Sam Durkin. I helped him with a case of his about a year ago, and then he helped me with one of mine. We've been paying each other back ever since. Detective?
Uh-huh.
You found a Jane Doe at the Carth house, right?
Yeah, what about it?
Her name was Mary Meehan. She was an actress with the Gotham Collective Theater Company.
You sure about that?
Yes.
I won't ask how you know that, but we'll check out that name and see if you're right. At the very least, we can locate the family and tell them what happened. Thanks. I guess we owe you another one.
Can we talk inside? It's freezing out here.
Can't smoke inside, thanks to our friend the mayor.
So you couldn't maybe, I don't know, not smoke for a while? Right. I caught the evening news today. There wasn't one mention of the murdered man in Chelsea.
That program hasn't been the same since they replaced that blonde anchor woman.
Nobody else talked about it either. Not online, not any other news program, nobody. You must have suppressed the news. Why?
Because we're the cops, that's why. Look, before we take this any further, why are you so interested in this one? What makes this murder more important than any other?
He was killed right in front of me.
And what, suddenly this makes it personal?
Well, kinda. It might have something to do with me.
Uh-huh. And why is that? Why is this murder so important?
He was looking for me.
He was? Why?
I don't really know.
Uh-huh. Did you know the guy?
No, I didn't.
So, how did you know he was looking for you? Wait, let me guess. You just do.
Something like that.
Something like that ain't good enough. What else you got?
I was there. You know I was there. Surely I'm a suspect.
You think I'm crazy? I made sure your name is nowhere near this thing. And unless you give me a good reason, it stays that way. So tell me, why is this murder so important?
You're the one who sent me there in the first place. That can't be a coincidence.
So, you think we sent this guy to your location to, what, get killed in front of you?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
You don't get to ask me anything. You need to tell me why this murder is so important.
You've trusted me before. Why can't you trust me again?
Trust has nothing to do with it. Look, I don't know what your deal is. I've never asked, and frankly, I don't want to know. But I do know that you've helped me clear a few cases. And once in a while, in return, I answer some of your questions. That's fine. Quid pro quo. It's not in the rule book, but but it's how we get things done. But this case, it goes way up. We can't bring in anyone from outside, not without a good reason. So give me one. Why is this murder so important?
I couldn't begin to explain it. It's more than just a murder, more horrible than just a killing.
Uh-huh. Any details on what that could be?
It needs to be stopped, that's all.
Sorry. I know we got an arrangement, but my hands are tied.
Fine, if that's the way it is.
For what it's worth, it's nothing personal. You got other questions, I'm here. Just don't ask about this case. You get me?
Yeah, I get you. He keeps looking at Durkin and frowning. I don't think he likes the detective much. Detective?
Uh-huh.
Could you tell me the victim's name at least?
I told you, no.
Does the name Grace mean anything to you?
Nah, sorry.
Well, see you around.
Uh-huh.
Not in front of the detective. He already thinks I'm nuts.
Why is she just standing there? No wonder that cop thinks she's crazy. And I've never been a big fan of teaming up with the cops, but Durkin seems alright. Whoever drives this thing is gonna need a shovel to get anywhere. It's a ghost town in there. Keep our friend busy, I'm gonna sniff around.
Not that I don't appreciate the company, but why the heck are you just standing there?
Oh, I was just admiring the brickwork.
The brickwork.
Sure. When was this building built? 1950s?
I got no idea.
Low-rise bonding, very typical of the era.
Whatever.
A water cooler in case the scorching hot weather gets too much for you. Just a cop manning the front desk.
Pretty cold to be just standing around.
Isn't that what you're doing?
I'm a cop in front of a cop station. What's your excuse?
I'm, waiting for a cab?
On a night like this, might take a while.
Maybe.
At the bottom are the words Alex Silva, Commissioner. It says authorized personnel only beyond this point. Fortunately, I think that only applies to living people.
This thing with you standing around, it's getting kind of weird.
I told you, I'm waiting for a cab.
The subway's just 2 blocks that way.
The stairs are icy?
Fair enough.
A modern gizmo, probably some kind of phone. It usually is. Looks like some kind of duty roster, nothing relevant. Why would I want that? It leads to the rest of the station. The plaque on the door reads Interrogation Room A. The plaque on the door says Interrogation Room B. According to the nameplate, this desk belongs to someone named Piero. I have no idea who that could be. According to the nameplate, this desk belongs to someone named Disher. I have no idea who that could be. That elevator should go to the rest of the police station. Just as I thought, it's an elevator shaft. Just a small interrogation room. It's empty.